we're going to do an unboxing, or I should say re-unboxing, of Sovereign of the Seas, 1756 to 1805. This is from Compass Games. I'm doing a re-unboxing because I bought this used, so you're not going to see it all unpunched and everything. It had a previous owner, but it looks complete and all in good order. And I thought I would get this out and take a look at it. I'm interested in this series because it's a derivative or comes from, I believe, the War at Sea series, the good old Avalon Hill War at Sea, which also gave us Victory in the Pacific. And then there's other iterations of that, or things that have some of that go back to the core rules of War at Sea. This one looks like it's a little bit more involved than War at Sea, and takes those principles to kind of a global level. This is dealing with the Age of Sail, or more specifically, the Anglo-French conflicts between 1756 and 1808, at least how they were portrayed or carried out on the seas. So let's get inside the box and see what we get. You get the standard Compass box here. These are counter trays. These do not come with the original version. As my understanding, this is from the previous owner who I bought it from. Let's see what else we got in the box here. Here's the back of the box there. As you didn't get a chance to see, they didn't want to tip it over while I was doing stuff. We got the maps here, and we got all kinds of goodies here. So let's take a look and see what we have here. You have the rule book, full color from Compass Games. The rules themselves are about, I believe they're about 17 pages or so. You get some charts here in the back, and there's also a player aid of these charts. So the rules are about 15 or so pages, 15 and a half pages. Then you get into the scenarios, and then there are some optional rules and designer notes in the back. The rules are dual column. They're not too densely packed text. You get color. You get some examples of play in here. Like here's a full color example of battle lines. So these are the rules. So there you go there. Then you get a lot of player aids here, which are mainly kind of charts or pools to hold your ships and leaders and what have you. Here's the Empire ship and leader pools. This would be France and Spain, it looks like there. And then you have, each of them has unique art, which is very, very nice art there. Of course, it's going to be flipped over, so you're never going to see it, but you have it nonetheless. So there's the Empire ship and leader pool. Then you have the British ship and leader pool, which it has the unique art again. You have the Dutch Spanish fleet composition display, so you'll be able to keep like your different fleets or squadrons and keep track of them in here. So I guess it keeps some of the ship count off the or ship counters off the maps. And then of course they all have their own unique art to them. British fleet composition display, and then the art. French fleet composition display, and then its own unique art there. Then you have identical player aids here. This is going to talk about the sequence of play and movement, and there's some flow charts here to help you out. And then you have a combat phase and area control, port control, victory points. So you got some flow charts here and some notes. So these are identical on relatively thick stock that are player aids that you can for you in the game. Then you have two maps that have a little bit of overlap that gives you the world or the globe, so to speak, from starting in 1756 to 1805. 1805 is, of course, the Battle of Trafalgar, where the French kind of ceased being a naval threat for the British. It kind of overlays like that a little bit. Let's get move this up a little bit and get a look at the globe. So you got all these different areas. So it's going to be kind of an area movement, and then you'll have you'll move and then have combat in those areas. I believe these colored areas or colored spaces that have numbers in them, these are victory points, I believe. They're different colors. I'm not sure if that corresponds to different periods or that are, because there's also a color chart at the top here that has different, that one of these victory points corresponds to those periods that the victory point might change over time. There's also ports denoted on the map as well. Let's get into some of the counters here. As I said, these counter trays did not come with the game. I assume that those dice in there are the original dice that came with the game. But you have their counters here. And so as you can see there, and I believe some of the numbers at the top might be like the scenario maybe, or the time period it comes in. And this is the number of guns. And then you have your other factors on the ship as well. But you have all kinds of different ships here. And then there's, on the back, you have some art or designation of what this is. This is like a French, these are French ships. So you can tell from the back who they are, or you can look at the front of the names. That might, if you're up on your names, of course, if you see a French name, which I'm horrible at pronouncing, then you get that. Then these are some squadrons, it looks like. Some different counters. There's some markers in there. So there's all kinds of ships. As you can see here, there's 3 full counter sheets or 3 full counter trays of ships, and there's some markers in here as well. But there's all kinds of ships in here from all these different countries, as we saw from the different displays. Those are all the different countries that, or combatants that have ships that can come to bear in these conflicts. These are some British ships up here. As you can see, probably got a little bit of glare there. Sorry about that. So that is what you get in a box of, well, minus the counter sheets. That's what you get in a box of Sovereign of the Seas. I'm interested in this. I've heard mixed reviews or reports about this game. So I'd really like to try it out for myself and see what it is all about. Hopefully this was helpful. If you like, please like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Hit the bell so you know when it's going to come out. I'd like to see your comments on that. What do you think about this game? Is it good, bad, ugly? Have you played it? What have you heard about it? What are your thoughts about this game? The War at Sea system, I'll use that kind of loosely, has kind of been ported into a lot of different type games now. And this is at least the second, I think, one from Compass that does that, maybe more. But I'd like to hear your comments on that. But most importantly, thanks for watching.